Hi everyone. I just started a video and the video actually wouldn't autofocus, so I'm going to start the whole thing again. And I've got another piece of paper over here. Here we go. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is use the mini mister with some water, and I love these little mini misters. I did buy a whole pile of spray bottles that was similar to this sort of a spray bottle, and I just found that two of them blocked up almost immediately, so they weren't much good to me at all. I'm going to start off by using Meadow of the colour wash. I'm just going to use two there. I'm trying this time to keep a bit of white space on the page, and that was the eggplant and a little bit of sunset orange, just to brighten the thing up. Now I'm going to lift up the page and let the colour wash roll down a bit, and then take a piece of plain paper, not watercolour paper, and just get rid of the excess paint. Okay, and what that means is it gives me part of a page to use later. So here we go. I'm just going to dry off those colours a little bit. That way when I put more on, it's not going to hopefully go into any kind of dirty colour. You want to really watch the colours that you're mixing, and you end up with a really muddy brown. It's not probably what you're looking for. Okay, now I'm going to splash a little bit more water into that, just to bring out those colours a little bit more. And put on a little bit more colour wash. Ugh, I'm just trying to be really careful there because I don't want to put too much on. And a little bit more eggplant. Up there. That's it. It's great. Now, I'm lifting the page up again, letting the water and the colours drip and mix, and then another blot. And then once again it's time for a little bit more drying. You have to excuse my dryer. I did play with Tim Holtz alcohol inks on it. And it looks disgusting now. I must sit down one day and actually spend a lot of time and make it look pretty again with the old alcohol inks. And I do love those, but it seems that there's only certain things that you can use them on. Could use them on the shiny side of freezer paper. Anyway, what we're going to do now is the other day I made some of those paper hearts and different shapes out of the scrap paper. We're going to make use of those today. I also managed to get a few really cute rub-ons yesterday when I was out, so I'd like to use those on this page, and maybe some stamps today. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with the background itself. I'll just turn it, you know, the old watercolour paper turns itself inside out. Oops, it's still quite wet, that piece. I'll just use a tissue and wipe that over. Okay. Alright, the next thing I like to do is to put some shapes, some kind of shapes onto the page. So remember I made these the other day. So I'm going to use some of them, but what I want to do today is I want to stack them. Just for something really different. I want to try and stack them on top of each other. So I thought maybe I should start even over on that side and start stacking these and see how they come out on the page. It will have a lot on it. It might be a bit big. Let's find something a little bit smaller. And I'm just looking through the pages. There's another heart. It's a pink heart, might look nice. There. And we have got Valentine's Day coming up, haven't we? We could put it on the top like that. It's quite a busy page. Maybe a flower would be better. I'm just hunting for one. There's one there. It might be quite good because I could actually journal in that page, in that space. So I'm thinking now I'm going to use my trusty Prit glue, which it looks like I've been using the top for a gesso stamp. And I'll start at the bottom. Actually, I might start with it just like that. Yeah, just watching to see if you can see. Anyway, you can see the threads from the sewing. I'm not going to worry about those too much. Whoops. And here we go, gluing on the back. Right. So, wanting to leave some white space here. That's why I'm not putting it over that side. I am really trying to get some decent white space into this one. And because this is orange here, I thought that might actually appeal and look quite good coming off over onto the side. What I'm trying to do is tell you what I'm doing as I'm going so that you can play with it, and if you don't agree with me you can do something else, and if you do you can follow along. I'm just trying, this glue seems to have been melted a bit. Ugh. No worries, there's no mistakes, remember? No mistakes when you're doing journaling and journal pages. Actually got to use your mistakes to your advantage. So there we go. It's a really cute flower. I like that one. I like the layers of it actually. So there we go. So next we're going to put on, I'm just having a look to see which way. I think we'll use the dream heart just here. Oops. I hope you're not finding this too boring. I wish I had a fast forward on this video machine, but I actually chose, rather than buy a camcorder, to buy a webcam, and because it's HD it gives me a pretty good picture. The one thing I didn't think about was fast forwarding and pausing, and it doesn't have either, so at this stage I have to just get on with it, because I did buy one of the top end webcams, so until someone decides to send me more money, maybe next year when I turn, I'm going to turn 60 next year. Boy, that's a bit scary. Oh, it's not really. Okay, it's as old as you feel, isn't it? Okay, I'm right on the top. I'm putting the last one. And actually, because that doesn't have anything in it, it'd be quite good for journaling and some little areas here that haven't stuck down properly. Okay, that's it with the gluing. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to actually just put this paper over the top and give that a really good going over with my roller to make sure all those pieces are stuck down. Okay, the only bit I don't like is this, it's looking a bit furry down here. Just trying to keep this page in your in focus for you. Okay, now what we're going to do now is I'd like to get some of these water soluble portfolio oil pastels and just come around the edge of this flower in particular and around the edge. And the reason I do this, I love the way it you can make it all sort of muted and with your finger, and so it just stains what's around the outside, and it gives a more, what would you say, coordinated look to the whole piece, like it's really meant to be there. That's why I'm coming down here. The only thing with these is you do have to be careful about writing over them. They can be difficult to write over, depending on the pen, of course. And I'll find the orange. I think I'll come right round the outside of that square and rub that one in. And around the outside of the flower. There we go. And now I'm going to go to the bottom of the page and brighten up this little box piece here. Whoops, went a bit far. But anyway, there's no mistakes. I keep on telling myself and hope that you're telling yourself the same thing, because there really aren't. There really are no mistakes. Because what I'm going to do is take that right along, maybe even up the side. I'll just give it a more finished look. And in fact, I'm going to do the same thing at the top. Okay, how are we looking now? I quite like it. No, but I do love my gesso, so I do want to use some gesso, some white gesso. I actually don't have the clear gesso over here in New Zealand or Australia. Haven't ever been able to find it. So where's the top of the prep bottle? There it is. I'll use that. I'll just dip it in. Dip it in and do some circles. And I'll do some, whoops, circles up the top. I actually like to use uneven numbers, so try and use uneven numbers of things if you can, and that way, I don't know, it just seems to look better for some reason. I'm going to put one right in the middle of that flower, and maybe in the middle of that flower, and one in the middle of that flower. Okay, and the other thing I love to do is put things right off the edge of the page, so we'll use those ones there. Okay, it's just a matter of drying those a little bit. I hope my voice is not too quiet today. I'm trying to keep it down, and hopefully you'll be able to turn it up or turn it off if you can't stand me talking, and still enjoy the project. The next thing I'm going to do is get out these rub-ons that I bought. We actually don't seem to have huge amounts of rub-ons to choose from here. I went to Spotlight yesterday, which is one of the shops that I used to go to in Australia, and here in New Zealand it has the same sort of stuff. But I think if I'm buying from scrapbook shops, I really have to go online to buy. What I got was, I got these, what they call Kaisercraft or Kaisercraft rub-ons, the After 5 collection, this one, and then there was this Timeless doilies, which I really liked. So, you know, rub-ons are one of those things that you just can't do without, really. They're fantastic. The only problem is I don't know where my little stickers to rub them on with. Oh well, what about a bone folder? I think that will do just as well. We'll take them out of the packet. I like the way that these two on the side are just halves. Really like that. Whew, it's quite a busy page again, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't put too many of those on. Maybe I could just put... This one's really well and truly stuck. Hang on. I'm not sure what it's... I know. This one there. Okay, so I really like these words down the side, so I'm going to use them. I'll just use the first row, whoops, and try and get them to rub on. Some rub-ons are a lot easier than others. Okay, and lift that up. There we go, that's come out great. I really like that. It's not too much, and I might put another one. Oh, that's great. I'll just put gesso all over it. I might just do another one down the bottom of the page here. Cherish. It says, and it's about what cherish means. So I don't think this page is going to have a lot on it, really. A lot of different things on it, which I think in some ways is a good idea. I'm actually going to go only to here. Alright, and lift it off. And you should be able to see, very subtle on the bottom. Right. Now the next thing, I'm going to do a little bit of writing. What have I got here? A fountain pen. I'm just checking to see how that's working. Okay, so the dates, I don't even know what the date is today. But I'm just going to put a little bit of journaling down the side. And first of all, I might just go around the circle. Go around the outside of the circle. I'm not too thrilled with that pen, but it seems to be the best I've got. And I do have some journaling in the heart, which is really good. I'm just going to do a little bit in here. There we are. Really, you don't have to do heaps and heaps of journaling. Like that. And I'm going to take this white correction pen, see if I can get it going. You sort of have to take off any bits of white that are left over from last time. And oops, I'm not even in the picture. It's one of my little dilemmas, really, is getting you to see everything. Okay, that's better. What I'm going to do is just do a little bit of doodling up the top of the page, and a little bit of doodling down the bottom of the page. Oh, a little bit of doodling there. I love these correction pens. I love this one in particular anyway, because it's so bold. I even like to do some circles in the middle of those ones. And some more in the middle of the top ones here. Here we go down the bottom. Nothing has to be accurate, perfect. In fact, it's better not to be. Okay, well, I'm quite happy with that page, and it didn't take very long at all today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks, bye.